Hey guys, I'm Dr. Bruce Arbor of the Wagon Train Veterinary Clinic, and today I want to talk about a topic that I really love. I'm going to talk about some of the Garmin products that we now carry here in the office. I brought my little field champion Dachshund Skids with me to demonstrate some of his products. He's pretty pumped because this is his hunting collar he wears right now, and he thinks he's going hunting, which he's clearly not. But anyway, I wanted to give you a quick rundown. These are things that I use. This is my own personal stuff here. We will have a wider array available for purchase here in the office, but these are the things that I use. So first off, being he's so eager to show you, I will show you that he is wearing what Garmin calls the TT15 Mini. It is a tracking and training, hence the name TT15, but it's a miniature, the smallest one they make. He's a miniature dachshund, but it's, I know buddy. So this does not only tracking, but this also has training buttons that you can use on a handheld, which I'll demonstrate in just a second. But it can do anything from a vibration to a tone or a noise if you're trying to call him back. And if you have a dog that's being a little bit stubborn and needs a correction, it also does stimulus as well. So you can do those three things. But it does a plethora of other things. You might be able to see, and it's probably tough on this little guy, but these little light windows right here, that's LED lights. So like if you're working in low light conditions, through the handheld you can turn on these LED lights and it flashes and shows you where your dog is, or they can even run continuous. But it's all controlled by a separate handheld device. All right, buddy, can I put you down? He's wearing a bell. It doesn't normally jingle, but he wears a little falconry bell when I hunt with him, so that's what the jingle is for. I'm gonna put you down for 1 second. Come on. All right, good boy. So speaking of the handheld unit, this is it. If it comes back on, yep. This is it right here. This is called the Alpha 100. So you can track up to 20 different dogs with just this one handheld device. And the neat thing about it, if I can get close enough, so you can simply tap the map button right there, and obviously it shows you a map. You can zoom in to as tight as you want to, shows you exactly where you are. And if that's not what you want to do, if you want to check more about the dogs, you hit this little compass sign and it tells you exactly, like Skids and Storm. So my other collar, which is for my other dog who is not with me right now today, is here, and it knows that that collar is within just a couple of feet from me right here. If they were further apart, it actually gives you a directional arrow on the compass that tells you exactly what direction they are and how far they are from you. And I don't know if the camera's picking all this up, but at the top you can see these are the three training buttons. I have mine set up for tone, vibration, and stimulus in the middle if I needed to. This device, guys, does so much more than I have time to show you here as well, but it has a ton of features from the home screen that you can do. I mean, you probably can't read all these, but you can use it obviously as a compass, elevation, hunting schedule, sunrise and sunset. You can get perimeters of a field as you walk around. You can track other hunters. It tracks your own steps as you walk around with this. So if you ever get lost or anything like that, it'll come back. You can backtrack. It shows where your truck is. It does a plethora of things on this device. And again, they make them in other sizes. They make them in other varieties as well. But these little miniature ones are the ones that I use. And they don't look too miniature. But these are the ones that I use on my little doxies when I hunt them. But this can be literally used, and I mean, you could put this on any size dog, in my opinion, and it would work just fine. The other thing that I want to show you, and this is something that I have used for years, this is called the Garmin Bark Limiter Deluxe, is what this one is. I have, again, this is literally my own collar for him if necessary. And look, and I'll be blunt with you, it's just a point. He spends a good bit of time outdoors, and there's times that if I'm not with him outdoors, he will let the entire world know that I'm not with him outdoors. And you can't really do that. Like, I do live in a neighborhood, and if neighbors would frown upon that kind of behavior all the time. And I got tired of looking like a crazy person who's going outside yelling, you know, quit barking, quit barking. So this little device has, I'm going to come really close here, this little device has this dial on the bottom, and you can set this dial to be in vibration mode only, or you can put it on automatic, or it has 7 different intensity settings. And the difference with those, so on automatic, the first couple of times he barks, it just vibrates as a correction for him. If he heeds those warnings, it stays on vibrate. If a dog continues to bark through the vibration, it does level 1, which is, you can barely even feel a level 1 stimulus. Again, if they continue to bark, it continues to step up until the barking is controlled. As soon as they do, do stop, it ratchets itself back down, so that if he takes a break for, I don't know the timing to be exact, I think if it's 15-20 minutes, when he starts barking again, it starts at vibrate. So this is one that I love. This one's a rechargeable battery. The deluxe model has a rechargeable battery, but I can tell you from experience that one charge typically will last several weeks, maybe even flirting with a month before you have to recharge it. They also have, and I don't have one to demo this right now, but they have There's one called the Bark Limiter VT, or 2VT I think is what it is, but it does only vibration and tone. The neat thing about some of the newer models is they can actually attach to an app on your phone, and you can monitor through the app on your phone to see, hey, how much is my dog barking while I'm at work? And you can also control the settings on your phone. Pretty neat concept that only Garmin offers, so that's something really neat to look into. Last thing I'll mention, and I don't have one to demo for you yet because mine has not arrived, but these collars can actually sync up, not the bark one, but the hunting collars can actually sync up with a lot of the Garmin watches that are there. I ordered a Garmin Fenix 6 that I plan on hunting with, and the beauty of that is I'm still going to carry this handheld that I showed you, but if I don't want to have to stop and get it out of my hunting bag and look and take it out of sleep mode, you are able to just simply look at your wrist, and it tells you the directions of your dogs and the distance as well from them. So just some really neat things to think about. If you ever have had problems with barking, if you want something to better train your dog, or if you just run them out in the open lot, big open spaces, maybe you hunt with them like I do, and you want something to track them, I would challenge you that you'd be hard-pressed to find a better made and better quality product than what Garmin produces. So if you're interested in any of those things, if you have questions about any of those things, reach out to us, man. I'm here anytime. You can reach me through Facebook, you can call the office directly, or just come on by, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.